I talked to a woman this morning who said she was tired of pretending that she was okay when she wasn't. She was tired of smiling when she didn't feel like smiling. Of course, she's in her grief journey, and she said she feels like no one cares what she's going through. I told her that it wasn't that no one cares, it's that they don't understand. And it is a really hard place. I did not understand. I did not have a clue what it was like to go through grief, to lose someone as close as a spouse until I lost someone as close as a spouse. It's a terrible thing, and people want to help. People want to encourage and be there for you, but they really don't know how. So we have to take some responsibility, I believe, as people who are in grief. We need to let people know. Don't be shy or pretend. And that's hard when you have to work. If you still have kids at home that you have to be there for, you still have a life to live, and it can't just be wallowing in grief, even though that's exactly what you want to do. You still have to get out there and live your life, but you shouldn't feel like you have to hide it from everyone in your life and pretend like it isn't just tearing you up inside. I was blessed. I am blessed. I had wonderful people in my life who were there for me from day one. I had friends and a sister and different people who called me every single day, whether I wanted to talk to them or not. They called me and asked, what they didn't really ask, they just started talking. And for people that know someone who is grieving and you want to help, but you don't know how. My mother always used to say that. She would say, well, I'm not going to call so and so because she's probably upset, and I don't want to make it worse by getting her crying again. That's all she does is cry. And if I call her and talk to her, I'm just going to get her upset. So I'm not going to call at all. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do. For one, crying is cleansing. It is a release. Even the bawling, ugly, snotty crying, not like the little pretty stuff you see on TV, but the real sobs, even when they're happening, it is so cleansing, and it's what we need. And it's so wonderful to know that people love you enough to deal with that with you. But if you're the person making the calls and trying to be there for your friend or your sister or your auntie or your grandmother or whoever just lost someone, and you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, the worst thing to say is, how are you? Don't ask that question. They're not good. That's how they are. It's horrible. That's exactly how it is. So don't ask that question. And it's a hard habit to get out of because, it's just what social norms, that's what we do. Instead, when you walk in, especially if it's early on, you just say, what do you need me to do? What can I do for you? When you walk in to the house or you call, or if you're there, what do you need me to do? What do you need from me? Pick up a broom and start sweeping, depending on your friend, depending on the relationship. But just start sweeping. Whatever. Oh, offer to walk the dog. Offer to feed the cats. Offer to fill the ice trays if they have ice trays. Whatever. Just find something to do and just do that. Don't ask. Just do that. Just be normal. And when they're ready to talk, they'll talk. You see them in the store and and I've done this before, you kind of want to go the other way because, oh no, what am I going to walk into? I know she just lost her husband. I know she's just devastated. I can't even imagine what she's going through. And you see this lady at the store and you're tempted to just turn around and pretend like you didn't see her. Don't do that. But don't walk up and say, oh, hi, sweetie. How are you? I know it's terrible. How are you doing? We already know the answer to that question. She's doing horrible. She might not tell you that. She'll probably say, oh, I'm okay. Or I'm just doing day by day, taking each day as it comes. And then after you leave, or when she gets to the car, she'll just sob her eyes out. Instead of that, just say something like, oh, I saw on Facebook that Aiden won the science fair for the county. Congratulations, how exciting. And start talking about Aiden or whoever, whatever. Come up with something that you can just say that has nothing to do with her loss, and give her a break from that for a split second, because you're not going to take away the pain naturally, but just for a minute, help her to focus on something else that isn't about grief. And then if she wants it to, the grieving person, if they want it to, it will come around to that topic. And just by you just meeting them at the store, whatever, you're getting your oil changed, and she's there and she's doing the same thing that you're doing, just something else that's not related to the grief, and then just start talking. And she is probably going to talk about that, but it's going to be a gentle segue into it, instead of, oh, hey, how are you, honey? I'm thinking about you. I've been praying for you. And that's just, instead of just in her face again, I'm alone. I lost my whatever. So, and for the person who is alone, and if you're feeling like you are alone, and not just in grief from losing someone, but maybe you lost your job and nobody understands why it is so hard on you. Or you might be in retirement. You might have just gone into retirement and you are having a really tough time adjusting. Or your last kid went away to college and you're having a hard time adjusting. And all your friends are telling you how great it is to have an empty nest. And the empty nest is wonderful. Now it's just you and your husband. And you guys can just finally eat what you want to eat, go where you want to go, do what you want. You got half the laundry that you used to have. They might not be feeling that. The person who their child just went away to school might be having a really hard time. And that could be you. Be honest. You will find your friends want to know. They want to help you and they want to encourage you. Believe me, they just don't know how. They don't know what to say. They don't want to set you off. They don't want to make it worse. That's the main thing. They do not want to make it worse. They want to encourage you, but they can't read your mind. They can't encourage you if they don't know what you need. So be honest. Tell them about it. And be honest with the Lord. Oh, I did not know how to do that, and I still struggle. I did not know how to do that. Well, I guess I was honest, but I would just cry and why and want an explanation. I knew it did not have to happen, that my husband was gone. Oh, it was. So I spent the first 2 years just, why did you let this happen? It didn't need to happen. It could have been avoided. That's what I thought anyway. And I'll probably never know why, but I have gotten to the point where I don't need to know why, like I used to anyway. I don't need to know. That's not my job to know why really, really, really rotten things happen to people. But it was really hard for me, prayer time, all that. It was just tough. And I remember one time, the old song, Great is Thy Faithfulness, came into my head. And I was just singing that line, Great is Thy Faithfulness. And I thought, where is your faithfulness, God? Where? Where is it? I loved him. We were best friends. We had a wonderful, amazing marriage and relationship and friendship. And we were going to get old together. And now he's gone and he doesn't need to be gone. And where is your faithfulness? And while I was thinking on that and arguing, well, not arguing, but, fussing and complaining and doubting, because don't we all do that at times? My phone started blowing up, and I get it out and I look, and the guys from my church were coming to clean up the hillside behind my house. And someone was calling, "What time do you want us there? What can I bring? Do you want us, I can bring food, I can bring whatever." And of course, I was making a big casserole and everything to feed everybody. There was like 6 men at least there, and then a few of us ladies. So I had a big casserole ready and garlic bread, and I was already ready. And this person just kept calling me with questions. "What do you need? When do you want us to be there? Do you have chainsaws? Do you have whatever?" Of course, they all brought their own stuff, but just, and I realized that was God's faithfulness. These people loved me and knew that I needed this help, and I did not know where to turn. Oh, I was just a total confusion, and I was just a total mess. But it was a wonderful, beautiful day. The guys are out there working, sweating, cleaning, kept coming in and asking me what I wanted this. What do you want to do with that? And where can we pile this up at? And they're just working their little tails off. And my mom and a lady from church, we were in here in the house and just talking and laughing and sharing and understanding each other, and not talking about my husband for a couple of hours. And it was just a wonderful thing. It was just such a blessing. And I realized that was God's faithfulness, sending me these wonderful, loving people to help me out and to be there for me and to love me. So you are not alone. The Lord is with you. And yes, it doesn't feel like it in the beginning. At least it didn't for me. Maybe you're a lot more spiritual and you get this a lot better than I did, but it did not feel like for me that he was anywhere. But I've heard somebody say, and then I heard another preacher say it within a couple of weeks, and maybe it's because I really needed to hear it. He said, "Where was your teacher in class during a test? What was the teacher doing?" Well, the teacher was silent. The teacher was quiet. You had the material. You had been given the material for this test. Now the test is happening and the teacher is silent. The teacher's not talking. They're not up there instructing. You cannot raise your hand and ask a question. "I'm sorry, I don't understand. What do I do?" No, the teacher is silent. And sometimes that's how God is. During a test, you have to learn it on your own. But you're not alone. You just have to learn it. You have to deal with it. And you will come through it. But please don't think you're alone. Please know that you are loved and cherished. You do have people in your life. You just have to reach out to them. And you have me. And you have this community here. Maybe you don't have a church family that rallies around you and comforts you, and you don't really have a whole lot of friends that are helping you through this trial that you're in right now. They're not calling you every day. They're not reaching out the way that you need. If they love you, what would be so wrong with you calling and saying, "Hey, could you call me in the morning? I really need to hear somebody's voice. I need somebody to call me," and just talk. Let them know that. They can't read your mind, and they're afraid. They're afraid to call. They're afraid to reach out because they think that is what's going to set you off. When in reality, it is believing that no one cares, no one's going through it, no one is there with you. That's the hard part. But they don't know that if they've not been through it, and sometimes even if they have, they don't know. So please give them a break. They are here for you. Just tell them what you need. Tell them where you are. It's painful, it's bloody, it's ugly, but that's what grief is. But just let them know and reach out. Anyway, I just wanted to post that. I knew if that lady was feeling like she was all alone and she had nobody, I knew that there's more people that feel the same way. So that's why I wanted to post today. It's warming up outside. Spring is coming. I'm going to have to get my lawnmowers out. So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be my summer. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. And just reach out and let me know if you have any particular struggles right now, or if you have an experience that really helped you see to reach out to people. If you had an experience, or you have a particular way of breaking the ice with someone who is having a really rough time, share below, leave a comment. Let us all know. We're all in this together. And I'm just thankful for this opportunity to talk and to get to know one another. I will talk with you soon.